Alright, we're at Globo Gym, and we have the back squat. So with the back squat, we're going to start off with what a parallel squat means. So parallel is when your hip joint is below your knee joint. So I'm going to demonstrate that for you. With the parallel squat, if you get above parallel, you work more of the quads. You get a little posterior working on, but it's more quads, and it puts more force on your ACL. So when people say squatting low is bad for your knees, it's actually squatting above parallel is bad for your knees. Below parallel, you hit more of the hamstrings, the glutes, the posterior chains. Also with bar placement, you have the high bar, which is set more on your traps and allows for more of an upright position. Targets more of the quads, a little bit of the glutes. Your knees go a little more forward, so it puts a little more pressure on your knees. But it really hits your quads more, allows you to get low. And then with the low bar, it's more of on your rhomboids, under your rear delts. So about right here. This, with this, you have more of a lean torso or a forward torso, but the bar is still over your midfoot, so it allows for that to be possible.
We're going to talk about the foot position next. Today was just squatting in a regular pair of shoes. I have on some Olympic lifting shoes that give you an elevated heel. These are about 0.65 inches. Range anywhere from there up to about 0.85 inches of lift. And basically that just helps allow you to get lower, easier. It really helps people who have bad ankle flexibility, stuff like that. So let's just demonstrate that. I'm going to go all the way down and come back up. Then we can go to the other end of the spectrum and go barefoot, which some people are really big proponents of barefoot training just because it allows you to get more of a ground feel with your feet, make small adjustments and balance a little better, and it helps strengthen the muscles of your feet. So let's do one of those. Then, one other method of changing your foot position. These are just a regular pair of training shoes. And this is a 2.5 kilogram plate. I'm going to put under my heels. And that basically serves the same purpose as the lifting shoes. It elevates your heel, gives a little bit more ankle ability to flex your ankles. You can squat lower. I'm personally not the biggest fan of that method because they can move around and stuff, and that just messes with my head. But if you don't want to drop the money on the lifting shoes, it's a good way to do it.
And then just really a few last details for the squat. There's several other things you can use for when squatting. So you have the Olympic shoes, but if people also wear a belt, will help keep the abdominal pressure and also help protect the lower back. Also, another thing when squatting, head position is another thing people want to work on. You don't want to look down, and you don't want to look up to the sky. A lot of people will say you want to look up for keep the weight up or get it up, but a neutral head position is best. just to look straight forward and keep that spine in a neutral position. And also,
With the neutral spine, if you're looking up, it causes your spine to be lax and you're not as tight. And it'll put more pressure on you, allowing for injury. So if you keep it in a neutral position, like straight on or 6 to 7 feet in front of you, down at the ground, and it allows for the spine to be in the strongest position. So. We also have hand placement. This is all dependent on shoulder flexibility for people. Some people can get really close. Some people have to go out here and hold it. When it's on your back, you want to make sure that your elbows are in line with your body and not out here, because this will cause you to lean forward when you're coming up. So you want to make sure they're tucked in at all times, so that way you're not basically doing a good morning when you're coming up.
also in squatting, breathing wise, you want to take a nice deep breath, have that nice abdominal pressure, hold your breath throughout the movement, and then release it off the release.
All right, we're going to talk about spotting now. So Nate's going to unteract the bar. And basically this is going to be a one-person spot. So Tyler's going to be standing behind him. And as Nate squats down, Tyler's going to go down with him. He's going to make sure that the back stays neutral with the spine, and that he can come up with the weight, help him out if he needs it.
And if you need to, you throw up the arms under the, right there, and then help lift them up.
All right, we're gonna show a two-person spot now. So each of us is gonna be on one side of the bar, and as Nate goes down, we're gonna be ready to help him out if he needs it. Not touching the bar if he doesn't. If he does need it, we're both gonna grab it, and at the same time, help him lift it up. One person goes before the other.
You don't want it to be like a jarring motion,
Yeah.
and like slowly.
All right, so we'll demonstrate that now. Down, all right, 1, 2, up. With a three-person spot, that's your other option. Oh, there we go. Got a third person. Awesome. Audience participation. What's that? Three person is basically a combination of the one person and the two person. So the guy in the middle is going to be the main spotter, and the other two of us are just going to follow his lead. So go ahead and squat down. All right. And that's basically what it looks like.